There is a reason I am very selective with the professional people I let into my life. The universe isn't just out there, it's interacting with you. Claim your power by embracing the unknown. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, and I'm here to ignite your curiosity. Don't just listen, embrace it. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at more Tracy Talks. There was this video that was surfacing on social media recently, and it was from the earthquake that happened around the world. The camera must have been a security camera, and it was located on a high-rise building, and what I only assume was a hotel with an outside pool. As the earthquake starts to shake the building, the water in the pool starts to sway from side to side, and you do see two what looks like to be young individuals in the pool with floaties. Then you see someone who looks to be like an adult male enter in, say something to the kids, and then he exits out of the line of sight for the video camera, leaving the two young individuals in the pool to get out and get inside for safety. This was blowing up on social media for just how scary this situation was. I saw an example of something that was completely different than the earthquake. What I saw in that video was what appears to be the male adult prioritizing his own safety, leaving the kids to get in on their own. While this isn't going to be true for all adult males, it seems to be true for a lot of men. Self-preservation becomes the primary focus, and everyone else is left on their own accord. Whereas the women that I know, including myself, often look after the kids and the rest of the group. And we don't go inside until we know the kids are safe. Men and women think differently. Men and women prioritize different things in life. This is a proven fact, and I could probably cite numerous studies where this has been demonstrated time and time again. I recently had a consultation with somebody in a professional development capacity, and it happens to be that this person was a male individual. And I was quickly reminded why I consciously choose to work with women at this point in my life. I am not a healthcare professional. I am not giving you medical advice. When I choose a medical professional, especially when it comes to issues and healthcare for gender-specific needs of mine, I will choose a woman. Even in professional settings, I will gravitate towards working with women. I am done explaining how I behave, why I make the choices that I do, why I live my life in the way that I do. I am done being looked at as if I'm crazy. I am done being looked at as if I don't know anything. And I'm done being looked at as if I am just this blank canvas who can't make an accurate decision in my life. It seems like such a small, inconsequential decision to work with a professional coach on building a business and have to make that decision based on gender. It seems like it should be a decision that's not even, I shouldn't even have to question it. I shouldn't even have to think, how is this person going to perceive me? And let me give you some more context here. So there has been a period of my life where I have been trying to develop a business concept. And this has been happening for some time now. And there's been an evolution, and with each step, it has been a learning process. When I started this, I had young kids who were very active in the club sports. I had a lot of things going on in my life. I had an ex-husband who was taking me back to court at every opportunity that he could. I had a very serious health situation. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And as I'm working with this individual, and without going into detail about each one of those very emotionally taxing situations that were happening all at the same time, I'm working with this individual who is just coming at me as if I really didn't want this before. I really didn't try. I really didn't push myself out there. And I had this realization that, I could have explained that to this person. I could have explained that to him, that I had 3 kids in club sports, that I was conversing with attorneys and scheduling court sessions, or I could have explained that, I was trying to manage all of this in the middle of doctor's appointments. But you know what? Men and women think differently. Men, on average, are going to prioritize their own needs ahead of everybody else's, and are not going to consider the other circumstances, or not going to consider what everybody else in the group, in the tribe, in the family, what they need and what is best. And I'm bringing this up, if not to remind myself, I am no longer willing to justify my decisions. I am no longer willing to explain my decisions to someone who doesn't see things the same way that I do. I'm no longer willing to compromise my own identity and how I want to behave. I was reminded in that moment why I choose to work with other women, why I choose to surround myself with women. Could I have made different choices in the past? I could have. I could have made different choices and looked at my circumstances differently. I could have been what would have been perceived as more selfish. But I have to live with my own actions. I have to live with my own choices. And I made choices that I could live with. Having emotions and sharing emotions is not a bad thing. Prioritizing and assisting other people's health and well-being is not a bad thing. I'm just so tired of explaining these parts of me that are primarily more feminine. I'm tired of explaining the feelings that I have, the emotions that I have, the reactions that I have. I'm done. I'm done explaining to men why I'm reacting the way that I am. I'm done explaining to men why I need an emotional investment. I'm not having these conversations anymore. I'm done having conversations of why it's important to emotionally connect, why it's important to see if everyone is thriving. When I have a situation come up and I'm talking to another woman, I don't have to explain the emotional depth. I don't have to explain why something hurt. I am no longer willing to put myself in situations where I'm going to be made to feel inferior. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at more Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.